Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation. Please forgive my voice. I'm a little hoarse. I've been fighting a cold, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I shall remain triumphant. With that said, I wanted to talk about today was the venture into fourth density and recognizing that we are in a dream, and I am dreaming all of you just as you are dreaming me, and we are the dream of all that is, and we are dreaming all that is into existence just as all that is dreaming us into awareness. It is holographic, it is holistic. You can't remove any one thing without the entirety of creation, the whole matrix falling apart. Everything, every particle, every rock, every star, every sun, every entity is required. So, if you're required, if you're needed, if all it is knew that you needed to exist, or else all that is wouldn't be all that is, then just sit with that and be with that and understand that you're all of it and you're singular. It starts to boggle the mind. So, superposition, collapse of the waveform. Nothing exists until you consciously perceive it. You are projecting your own reality and putting forth your own dimensionality. You are creating billions of parallel realities every second. And you are, as a consciousness, slipstreaming through all those realities to become more and more conscious and to fine-tune yourself and to have an adventure. So you're fine-tuning your frequency, your vibration, uplifting yourself, and falling down, and uplifting yourself, and uplifting yourself, and falling down. Or maybe not. Maybe that's not your experience. Maybe that's not your adventure. It's been my adventure so far. It's more up than it is down, but it's up and it's up and then but it has been an adventure. And I've put some obstacles there. Any obstacles that you are observing or obstacles that you have put there, if it is your universe and you're putting everything in your universe, if it is only you in your universe, creating your universe, and all the things in it, everything in it is by your permission, whether it be an autonomous other entities, they are there by your permission. And the interaction might be autonomous, it is autonomous, but it is there because you wanted to have that interaction. You wanted to bring the energetics of that situation away. You wanted to learn what great limitation would be like if you are an infinite being in a timeless reality that knows everything it needs to know. You would need to go on adventures. You might get bored. You would go to a place called Earth with a whole bunch of your friends and play out a game. And the game is forgetting. And to see if you can go into great darkness and take great darkness into great light. And to done, it has been done. And it is being done. And we are on a parallel reality track that does have great hope and that does have great light and great love. It has been deemed 1,000 years of peace from the year of 2013 and all these great things. So just remember, you're an immortal being in a timeless reality. You're projecting yourself into physical reality. So here's the game. In every single moment, as much as you can, remember, validate it, remember it, make it so that it is conscious every single moment that you are an immortal being in a timeless reality and that you are physically manifest into a body. But that the part of you that is observing this, the part of you that's subconscious, that is conscious of this, is immortal and knows everything that it needs to know. There is nothing that you need to do. Everything that you're going to need will come to you when it needs to come to you. You don't need to chase after things. Things that you don't need in your life usually are running away from you. And yet we still chase after them. Whether it be a bad relationship, a bad job, things that you've just habitually gotten into a pattern of doing that don't serve you. It's just recognizing those patterns. It's using things like threshold of believability, Use the tools from Abraham-Hicks. Use the from Wayne Dyer and from Eckhart Tolle and all these different tools and permission slips. Find the one that works for you. Basically what I'm saying is fourth density integration and fourth density state is you're now fourth density being, which is now the template reality. The template reality, for those of you that are not aware of it, is the layout of how you wanted your life experiences, whether they're soft experiences, whether they're hard experiences, meaning whether you wanted things to be a little bit open and malleable, or if you wanted to meet a certain person, or break your leg, or skim your nose, or win $1 million, or whatever it happened to be. You have set this up in the template level reality, which is a fourth density reality. Now that we've come from third density into fourth density, it has malleability. If you are consciously aware that you are a fourth density being in a timeless reality, and you are aware of that every single moment that you can possibly aware of it, you reinforce it, you do everything you can to validate it. You do all these types of exercises, all these types of permission slips. You will come to a point in every single moment where you now have tremendous flexibility in the fourth density state, in the template level reality. You can start laying out your life for things that you want to do. The reason I kind of declared this $1 million challenge, besides the fact that I want a $1 million lifestyle and I want $1 million, and all the things that I could do to help bring more conscious awareness to a fourth density state, all the channels that are channeling in the Bashar movie that Darryl Anka is doing, and all these different things and all these different channels that are doing things. I love to support them. I love to create events, and I love to do things that would support that type of infrastructure, and that's very exciting to me. Also, I'd like to take a vacation. There's a lot of other things I'd like to do, but some foundational type of stuff. I'd like to do some donations for some of the people that are in India, that are in Nepal, that are experiencing great hardship and things of that nature. So in any case, I digress. So fourth density state, constantly remember who and what you are. And that is really all it really takes, is just to be consciously aware. And if you're consciously aware, Bashar and others have said, if you are consciously aware in every single moment, that is what it takes to be a conscious manifester. If you're aware that you're an immortal being in a timeless reality and that you can have anything that you want, and you believe that, then your belief system will set forth those parallel realities, because that is the energy you're putting out. So if something comes up and you're like, yeah, whatever, I don't need to be upset about that, then you energetically have changed, and the outside can change, because it merely is a reflection from your deeper conscious mind, from your higher consciousness state, and you're projecting it. Now, don't worry about being and concentrating on these types of things, that you are a fourth density being, and interfering with the template reality. Obviously, your higher self and you as an oversoul and a sixth density being as your soul and your spirit are monitoring things. You can't mucking them up so that you harm anything or you do anything to yourself. The template level reality is, an agreement to be able to have different types of experiences, and everything's still going to be glued together. So don't worry about tinkering around with it. It's all good. I've not heard any negative things about being conscious of those. I've only heard positive things, being conscious of being a fourth density entity, and being conscious of the I am, and being conscious that you are the dreamer dreaming your dream. How many people all way back since when, thousands of years, have said that you're the dreamer in your own dream, and even more and more and more since like the 50s and 60s, Alan Watts and all these people started coming forth and going, yo, you're the dreamer in your own dream. Dream the most beautiful dream that you can dream. I wanted to make it $1 million too for the challenge, because to most people that's a magic number. Apparently to me it was a magic number, but it also represents, from where I am now with 0, a staggering change. So how fast can you change your reality if you believe it is possible? And that was the key. And I think Chicken Soup for the Soul, he was saying that when he was learning these types of techniques and whatnot to get his $100,000, because he was trying to get $100,000, he had a $100,000 bill up on the ceiling, so every day he woke, that's what he would see first thing and set the tone for the day. is that was a lot of money for him, and that had been something he'd never accomplished before. So I've never accomplished $1 million before, and let's see what can go on, and let's do that kind of challenge. So that was my fourth density, being conscious that I am in fourth density, making that type of declaration. So that's what I physically thought would be a good test and a testimonial and a testament, and I wanted to document that process. Come what may, whether it comes, whether it doesn't come, at least it has been attempted. So I think we're going to be, considering what I've seen so far in a very finite amount of time, I think we're going to be surprised. So, or maybe not surprised, because I wouldn't be surprised if somebody walked up to my door and said, "Oh, you seem like a kind soul, here's $1 million, you know, whatever it happens to manifest at," but nothing would really surprise me. It would excite me. But I don't think I would be surprised at this point in time, because it is all possible. And all those possible realities, now that I can imagine them, are possible realities. You cannot imagine what you're not the vibration of. So if I can imagine $1 million, and I can imagine me with $1 million and having $1 million lifestyle and spending and doing these things and doing the things that excite me, then it is a possible and potential parallel reality. And all I'm really doing is, as a conscious fourth density being, projecting that and reorganizing the template level reality so that I can actually have that experience. And I'm being conscious that that can be done, which I think is really important, because Bashar was saying in one of his exercises that being conscious that you are is the most in the way of potential energy, saying that is gives you the ability to manifest. As if you realize that you are seated in the one moment, because you do exist and you are. And by doing that, you give yourself a tremendous amount of power. So now we're going to test that out. I think it's fascinating that you can be aware of these types of things now, and all the information that's coming through to make us more aware of that in the moment, more and more and more. And when I'm more conscious of that, I'm a lot more calm, maybe a little bit more excited because of the potentiality of it. But it does tie into everything that I've heard from everyone, and it is a very fascinating thought. So I just wanted to share those thoughts. I hope that's helpful for you. The goal of making this video 3 minutes, oh well. But I hope that the information in here was useful for you. Excuse me. Again, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, forgive my voice. Coaching, life, business, and spiritual. Also, down below you find some information on the Bashar Space-Time Antenna Project. It's going to be a documentary, going to run that bad boy through its paces. Should be doing the 3D modeling soon. Just waiting for some more feedback on that. We want to get a really good, sturdy set of parameters to give to the people that are going to do the 3D modeling. So, very exciting there. Thank you very much for joining me, and have a fantastic day. Come into the light and enjoy this journey, and join us and follow your highest excitement. Let go of the things that do not serve you. They were very likely from other people anyway. Friends, pastors, teachers, parents, the things that feel like they weigh something in your energetics and your ideals are not yours.